My name is Mohammed Fahmin. I'm currently a solution engineer at Telcoin. I started as an intern at this company, the current company that I'm working with, Telcoin. Telcoin is a gold consulting partner for Salesforce. At the time, I don't have any experience with Salesforce. The first couple weeks of my internship is mostly me doing Trailhead, a lot of learning, a lot of trying to get acknowledgement from your coordinator and trying to understand the system. My friend is quite heavily involved with Salesforce. I think he has 3 or 4 certification at the time, so he become like point of reference. So I was like, wow, quite inspired by that. And then after like 3 or 4 weeks of my internship, doing just a little bit of here and there, I want to try and get involved with the project. But my coordinator at the time, I think, is quite hard to please lah. With the certification, I think I can prove him to be able to let me involve with the project and then do the actual work. So the goals there is to get an admin. At the time, I'm still not clear my path. I also studying for the developer path and also admin path. So I study for both. Definitely 100%. I'm kind of the person who need that validation, who need that, okay, I have this certification. You can't question me now. Because I'm only been working for like 3 years. People want someone with experience, right? So for me, with not so much experience in architects, in solution design, this certification is definitely a must. I have to get that certification. I have to get that CTA. I don't think they're gonna look at me with 3 years experience, right? Right after I passed my admin exam, I straight away bought the PD1 exam. And then 2 weeks after that is my exam for PD1. The thing that you study in college is quite different than developer stuff in Salesforce, right? And then at the time, I don't have experience coding the real stuff, the real project for Salesforce, right? So going through the focus on force question bank for PD1 is the only thing that get me through. I have zero knowledge in developer stuff, the Apex stuff, the trigger stuff. I have zero knowledge at the time. We don't have anyone in our company at the time having PD1 exam. So I'm the first one who get the PD1 certification, the first one. Thanks to Focus on for that one. So even though with zero knowledge of custom development, Apex development, because I went through the questions in Focus on Force and the exact explanation that they have, I recorded, I got passed for PD1. It depends. Sometimes it can be very chill. Now I think most of my job is mostly involved with designing of the system. Our project normally took about 6 months. I need to be there since the discovery session, the BRD session with the BS, and then the handover from BS to the solution team. We will produce a solution design document. And then from here, hand over to the developers team. Because we are a small company, we can involve up to 3 or 4 projects. From the morning, I can involve with the discovery session with a different customer. And then maybe we are halfway through in a different project. In the evening, I can have a meeting with the customer for configuration walkthrough. And then later on that evening, I can also get involved training with the customer. So, but it varied. So if there is no project, then I just chill lah. So yeah. Definitely 100%, yes. When I go to focus on first, it's breakdown into by topics of the exam, right? So if I'm in a rush, I will just go through the practice exam, make sure I get all of the question correct. Or if I have a lot of time, like a month or 2 months, I will have to go through each of that topic exam at the top. I need to be sure that I get all the green. Because green is for correct and the red is for wrong. Let's say there are 60 questions. Maybe I have like 40 red. So I'll take that practice topic again and do it again until I get all green. So I make sure that I get all green for that topic exam. Only I can be ready to take the exam. That's the only thing for sure lah. 100%. Before COVID, we used to go to the client's place and do the workshop there. When it comes to solution engineer, they have to present the configuration that they have done. And then they have to answer to the clients, explain to the clients why they did that certain configuration. English is the major communication language here, quite a major one. If you are not confident in saying the things that you have done, so it's gonna be quite a problem when you're dealing with the client. the study guide in Trailhead, they are very generic. It's almost like you are shooting in the dark, you know, when you are studying like that, because you don't know exactly what's gonna appear in the exam, right? When you do focus on force, this is the type of question that they will ask, and this is the explanation. So like, okay, for sure this topic is gonna be an exam. I need to know this. Without focus on first, then I don't know. It's like you are studying in the dark. You don't know what to target. If the certification is in focus on first, try and subscribe to that.